has done just a marvelous job in now his second year. They won the MAC East Crown last year, have a chance to win it again. Buffalo has won the last 3 at home. Bowling Green's won the last 5 on the road. Buffalo has won 5 straight. Settle back and enjoy it. We're going to get you to the hoop all night long right here out of Alumni Arena. Bowling Green in their traveling brown trimmed with orange, and Javon Clark will throw it away. Turnover Falcons.
Good defense, and that's been the calling card in that 5-game winning streak for Buffalo. Haven't allowed over 65 points in any of those 5 wins, and a good turnover for them to start things off.
Bowling Green, the defensive end of the floor, keep an eye on that. Their number 1 in the MAC, Will Regan, will tee it up and off the mark on that triple try. Bowling Green, David, only give up 61 points a night, number 1 in the MAC, and Kent State lit them up for 81 the other night as David Joseph will go glass for the Bowling Green bucket.
Nice job. Nobody stopped Joseph, so he just threw it up off the glass with a nice soft touch for the first 2 of the game. Yeah, they're 43rd nationally, under 61 points a game are the Bowling Green Falcons defensively.
And yet this offense for Bobby Hurley and Buffalo has been tremendous as Xavier Ford hits that tough twisting jumper to get Buffalo on the board.
When Buffalo's offense has good spacing, it opens up so many things because they have so many individuals that are tough matchups.
They're led by Justin Moss, but I don't think there's no guard in this Mid-America Conference playing better basketball than the young man with the rock, Shannon Evans, out of Suffolk, Virginia. He has been phenomenal in his last 5. Regan on the back down, and he's going to go to the free throw line as referee Steve McJunkins on the call. A post-up for Will Regan.
Well, he had a smaller guy on him. A good job of recognizing there's a mismatch. Credit Evans for seeing that, and that's exactly what they should have done. Go inside. There's no way Joseph can guard Will Regan on the block.
Here's a good look at the native Buffalonian and a young man who came home. He started his career at the University of Virginia. And David, anytime I remember, he started for the last 2 seasons here. So for him to subjugate his game, his ego for the benefit of the squad and come off the bench, I think it speaks volumes.
Absolutely, and in his senior year to boot, I think he realizes they need that presence coming off the bench and giving them scoring, and that's his role on this team.
No question about it. So senior night, he gets a start tonight. Normally, Bobby Hurley goes with a 3-guard offense with Jared Skeet, Shannon Evans, and the true freshman, Lamonte Bearden. So Bearden will come off the bench tonight. That deep triple missed everything from Spencer Parker. Richaun Holmes, big offensive board. That's his calling card. He'll go to the free throw line. David, he's such a quick jumper, so fast off his feet with that first bounce.
Outstanding instincts, too. He just is always around the rim, and when you're around the rim, you're around the ball on the offensive end of the floor.
6'8", young man out of Lockport, Illinois. And there isn't a category, really, in the game he does not excel in. He's had games of 26 points and 10 rebounds at Detroit this year. He went for 21 and 12 against Northern Illinois. You mentioned in the open he's been in double figures now, coming off that 29-point performance against Kent State in 17 straight.
And Coach Jans is thrilled with his work ethic. He's really stepped it up and become one of those elite players this year. And it's a lot of hard work.
Oh, yeah. No question about it. The effort that he put in. Make no mistake, that was a crushing loss for Bowling Green the other night, and all associated with the program discussed that with us. It took Wednesday on the practice floor to try to get rid of the hangover, so we'll see how they perform tonight. Look at the entry pass from Xavier Ford to Justin Moss, who got banged.
Justin Moss just did a great job of moving his man out and making himself available. Just wide open entry pass. And he went to the free throw line 12 times when they played this first time, made 11 of 12 from the free throw line.
Yeah, had a tough night from the floor in what turned out to be that Buffalo win. February 21st, they 12-point win at the Stroh Center at Bowling Green. Now, although Moss, he got his points from the line, again, the story like we saw last week at Kent State, Buffalo hit 9 threes on the road. They played very well on the road this year, as has Bowling Green.
Yeah, Bowling Green is 6-2 in MAC play on the road, 5-4 at home. And it's because they have 3 senior starters, 2 junior starters. This is a veteran club, even though it's first-year head coach Chris Jans. they've bought into what he's teaching pretty quickly.
No question about that, and it's a system of toughness. Rashawn Holmes, Joseph the triple, and a pretty good look at it. Regan aboard.
And a good job of being unselfish by Holmes, passing it out to the open man on the three-point arc.
So we mentioned Bowling Green the other night with that crushing setback on the onslaught of Kent State threes. On the other hand, Bobby Hurley and Buffalo just rolled Ohio in here on Tuesday night. This is Shannon Evans. Turned the corner, but Holmes showed up and made it a tough finish.
And that's going to happen all night long.
Javon Clark can't finish at the other end for Bowling Green.
Holmes is the rim protector, and he's very good at it. Probably the best in the league at it.
Moss off the face-up.
Got it. That's an underrated part of Justin Moss's game. Okay, you're going to take the drive away from me. I can hit the 10, 12, 15-foot jump shot.
Buffalo on top by a deuce. Great to have you along tonight. We're going to keep you updated on how all the seeds will shake out. Big ones going on tonight. Around the Mid-American Conference, Holmes with power. Rashawn Holmes all over the offensive glass with his own cleanup.
You see just how tough he is to handle on the block. Will Regan, a good job on the initial shot, but Holmes isn't going to quit inside.
In addition to this one tonight, the team of the top mark right now, the number one seed in the MAC, Keno Davis in Central Michigan. They're at natural rival Western Michigan at Kalamazoo. Evans, great look to Moss. The bang, the bucket going to the line for Buffalo.
And that's the thing that makes Shannon Evans so tough. He has point guard skills and passing ability, and he can shoot the lights out when he needs to.
Also be at the free
from the field in that first meeting, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. So a good start for Justin Moss usually means good things for the Bulls.
And Buffalo, such a proficient free throw shooting squad, around 74%, one of the best we have in the MAC. They're off to a little bit of a slow start at 2 for 5 in the early go. Moss trying to hedge as he put a body on Javon Austin. Austin, the 6'1 junior, is on the floor. So Chris Jans is going to his Bowling Green bench. And that man right there, Chris Jans, has done a marvelous job. The last 4 years he's been with Greg Marshall at Wichita State, and we know Wichita State, 35-0 a couple years ago before they got beat, and athletic director Chris Kingston tabbed him to lead this Bowling Green hoop program.
If they win tonight, it'll be the first 20-win season since 2001-2002. That's how good of a job he's done.
Yeah. Remember the head coach then? Dan Dockich. How about that? Almost a rip away from Lamonte Bearden. So Bearden's on the floor, number 1 in white, normally a starter. And he just ripped Anthony Henderson clean. Evans on the sprint, and that's a reach-in foul on Zach Denny. Keep an eye on Lamonte Bearden, 18-year-old true freshman out of Milwaukee. David, he's added a dash and a swagger to Bobby Hurley's crew.
And the game's starting to slow down a little bit for him. A 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio last few games. And that's the sign of a freshman that's not a freshman anymore.
Josh Gomez, 6'10", fourth-year junior, wears number 00, also on the floor for Bowling Green right now. So Denny, Austin, and Gomez off Chris Jan's bench. This is Shannon Evans. Xavier Ford couldn't triple. And that's going to be a push that is going to go on Buffalo. Raheem Johnson. Johnson, a 6'10 junior out of the Motor City of Detroit. He got whistled for the foul.
Yeah, and it was a good call. He pushed off to get that rebound. Holmes coming back in for Bowling Green.
Yes, he is. And his respites aren't very long. Dave, the other night against Kent State, Chris Jans would take him out, and literally one possession next dead ball, he'd have him back in the second half. And Holmes was just absolutely phenomenal, albeit Kent State with a real purpose. Flashes went in there and won. Holmes had it ripped away. Stolen by Rodell Wigington. Outstanding bench talent for Bobby Hurley. Shows you why. Rip away at one end, knockdown jumper in the paint at the other.
And he's a guy that's really stepped up these last 5 games and has given them that consistent scoring off the bench that they really need.
6'5 junior out of Nova Scotia. And we know they play a lot of hockey here in the western part of New York. Nova Scotia, the basketball recruiting boundaries go to get Rodell Wigington for Bobby Hurley. This is Delvin Dickerson who's off the mark. Dickerson with that tight end body. was a factor the other night for Chris Jans. Buffalo by 4 and with the basketball. Johnson to unload.
Was still a real good look that he got. 8-10 footer, that's the type of shot you want him taking.
Bowling Green, where are they going to get offense here other than from Rashawn Holmes as they go to their bench bunch? Zach Denny needs to provide. Denny has done a terrific job off the bench this year. Started some, but Denny just threw it away trying to find Rashawn Holmes.
And Buffalo is doing a nice job. They've got Johnson playing in front of him, Wigginton sagging in front of Holmes. They're going to make it real difficult for Holmes to get his touches.
We told you Bowling Green allows just 60 points per game to the opposition, number 1 in the MAC, and they know of late. Let's face it now, as Bearden throws it away, so back-to-back turnovers. But David, they know of late in this 5-game win streak, Buffalo's been averaging 80 points a game.
Yeah.
Now, Chris Jans realizes for them to have a real legitimate shot, this game's going to have to be played in the mid-60s, upper 60s. You get to 80, big advantage, Buffalo.
And Buffalo averages 80 a game at home over the course of the year, so they're very comfortable in this arena. And tonight, the energy is here.
No question about that. Dickerson got it rejected by Rodell Wigginton. And referee Steve McJunkins then has a reach-in foul on Bowling Green's Delvin Dickerson. 15th foul, by the by, on Bowling Green.
Oh, yeah, Dickerson kind of grabbed the elbow, hit the arm of Will Regan when he tried to throw that outlet pass, so good call.
Right now, Bobby Hurley's quintet on the floor. He's got 3 of his bench bunch, with Will Regan getting the start tonight. Lamonte Bearden, along with Raheem Johnson, and also Rodell Wigginton.
See some of the athleticism on defense there by Holmes, though.
He's terrific. He's one of the finest interior defenders in the country. Great look from Evans. Johnson's going to the free throw line on the Javon Alston Bowling Green foul. Is Shannon Evans not playing at a premium level these last couple of 3 weeks?
The thing is, he can shoot the 3, and you see he has point guard passing skills. And he's a guy who has really upped his game these last 5 games as well. Everything's kind of lining up at the right time of the year for Bobby Hurley's guys.
Yeah, it really is. You know, you want to be playing your best basketball from about mid-February on, and that's exactly been the case for Buffalo.
And they're young. They lose 2 seniors, but the core of this team, freshmen, sophomores, and a couple juniors sprinkled in there.
I mean, think about it. You've got Skeet and Evans for a couple more years, Bearden for 3 more years. Justin Walsh will return next year. Now, it's set up going forward very nicely for Bobby Hurley here with his Buffalo Bulls program. Having trouble at the free throw line, though, here in the early go of the Bulls, uncharacteristically. Holmes. Austin. Threw it away. Bowling Green right now is having all kinds of problems in their half court.
Not very good spacing in Buffalo. There's hands everywhere in the lane.
Regan to tee it up. Offensive board, Rodell Wigginton. Skeet to unload. He can't triple. And Regan's going to get whistled for going over the back. And with that, we're going to go to a timeout. Both squads real chilly right now. Buffalo's lead. For more info, visit RenaissanceCleveland.com. Chris Jans, he knows his Bowling Green Falcons struggling, David. Just 2 of 9 from the floor with 4 turnovers. How do they find their rhythm in the half court?
You got to find a way to get the ball into Holmes and then let him distribute. The offense has to kind of run through him.
Javon Clark, Spencer Parker, and Anthony Henderson back on the floor. And Anthony Henderson will dial up a triple much needed for Bowling Green.
If Anthony Henderson can knock down some 3-pointers like that, that'll pull the defense away.
Oh, he can shoot it now. Anthony Henderson has one of the legitimate deep strokes that we have in the MAC. 38% from home run range. Kind of barged his way to the hoop as Buffalo Xavier Ford and turned it over. So with all, just 3 of 10 from the floor, 4 turnovers, and on this possession with the success, Bowling Green could take the lead.
Their defense has played very well. That's kept them in this.
Javon Clark, Spencer Parker, Anthony Henderson. They need to get a lot of offensive production from those 3. Starting 5 back on the floor for Chris Jans. Great look from Rashawn Holmes to a slashing Javon Clark for the bucket.
Holmes gets so much attention, it opens up the floor for his teammates, and that's what you saw there.
And that for the Bowling Green lead. With back-to-back buckets. This is Jaron Skeet, came up flat. Buffalo cold in the early go. Clark, great look to Spencer Parker, who did not finish. Wigginton. Rodell Wigginton, the floater, that's right there.
Good, strong, aggressive move to the basket for the 2 by Wigginton.
Wigginton with a couple of hoops. He's been dynamite off Bobby Hurley's bench of late. Joseph going to play 2-man here with Spencer Parker. Excellent rotation, found Javon Clark, who drains a triple.
The 3 in that corner is going to be opened up when Holmes is posting in there because the Bulls are sagging off to help on Holmes.
Anthony Henderson 3, Javon Clark 3, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Buffalo got hit with an offensive foul and turned it back over to Bowling Green. Bobby Hurley in the debate.
You know, we mentioned those 2 threes. That first game that Buffalo beat Bowling Green by 12, Bowling Green was 4 of 20 from three-point range.
Right. Yep.
And they have to do better to win this game.
And in talking to the folks around the Bowling Green program, most of Ford's got to rip away. And yet Bowling Green's Delvin Dickerson outraced them for the basketball. Most around the program say when it's about shooting the basketball. When they struggle offensively, it usually spells a tough night. Rashawn Holmes didn't finish the chippy. Holmes with an offensive board, and it'll go to the free throw line. That's going to be Shannon Evans on a Buffalo reach-in.
Holmes almost hit his head on the rim with that offensive rebound. He had to duck. That's how high he got up.
Today, David, after shoot-arounds at the Bowling Green Team Hotel, had a tremendous opportunity to chat with Richard Holmes, very proud father. College graduates, 3 of his children, and Rashawn Holmes. And look, the hope is that he'll graduate on time in the month of May, and the hope is that he gets an opportunity to test the waters in professional basketball, whether that's in the NBA, maybe the D-League, or overseas.
He has the talent. He has the things you look for because he plays a complete game.
The Bowling Green lead bumps up to 3 with Holmes work at the free throw line. Rashawn is going to get a respite now. And checking back in is Josh Gomez. Again, the 6'10 transfer into this Bowling Green program. Young man from the borough in the Bronx in New York City, Rice High School. 11 minutes into it, Bowling Green by 3. It's been a slow start for the Buffalo Bulls, trying to wrap up a MAC East Division crown, at least a share for it. Xavier Ford had a good look at 3, wouldn't go down for him. So Buffalo's real cold offensively. Clark off the bounce. Delvin Dickerson kept it alive, so a fresh 35-second clock for Bowling Green. Henderson to triple. Got it. Anthony Henderson has stroked a couple of trays here in the last few possessions.
That was a real quick release. He was ready to shoot that when he caught it. And that's the reason he's able to get that off and bury that 3.
Anthony Henderson ringing the bell twice. He's got a total of 6. Xavier Ford, that wouldn't fall. And Will Regan is going to go to the free throw line because that's going to be team foul number 7. 1 in bonus time for Buffalo.
And Buffalo usually shoots 74%, but a good job of spacing the floor that gave Ford the ability to get in there. They usually shoot 74% from the free throw line to the Bulls. Just 2 of 7 tonight so far from the line.
Yeah, it's been a struggle right now for the Buffalo Bulls. Just 5 of 14 from the floor. And zip for 6 from beyond the arc. And we talked about Buffalo and how successful they've been in terms of the free throw line and the work there. Second in all of those categories in the MAC. And there you see them, David, within the top 35 around the nation. 345 D1 squads.
And 7th in the nation in free throws made with 516. Again, the last time they played, Buffalo made more free throws, 19, than Bowling Green took, 18. And they've had that a couple of times this year where they've actually made more free throws than their opponents have taken.
4 of 9 for the floor. Rashawn Holmes rising high, throwing that down strong off the good look up top from David Joseph.
You make a couple of threes, you force the defense out, it opens things up for Rashawn Holmes.
Bowling Green, their largest lead of the opening half. They're up 7. Remember, Buffalo won by 12 in the Stroh Center. Regan on the back down. Jump hook wouldn't go. Boy, it's a struggle for Buffalo. Their last hoop some 5 minutes ago at the offensive end.
And Justin Moss has been on the bench with 2 fouls, and that's a big part of their offense. But they do have other parts. They're not really moving the way they normally do.
Joseph. That runner didn't fall.
Regan's doing a nice job rebounding the basketball and playing a little bigger than his size.
Shannon Evans is back. Regan to tee up the triple and fill it up. Let's see. Mark that down at the 7-minute mark. See if it gets Buffalo going.
That cuts it to 4. That's a huge shot.
The answer, though, again, will come from Anthony Henderson. He splashed his 3rd 3 of recent trips for Bowling Green.
And we had touched on it. When the Falcons shoot the ball well, they're very tough. And when they start making threes, Rashawn Holmes gets things going.
The lead again at 7. Great to have you along tonight. Ripped away from Evans. He got it back. Plenty of time of the shot clock. Regan again. The triple. Holmes aboard. Bowling Green had so much trouble in the first 5 minutes, now up by 7, and have caught a consistency in the half court. Holmes, great look, Dickerson. Regan thought he got all basketball, but was whistled for the foul, some body underneath. All right, we're at, and then of course, legendary Bill Fitch, who went on to such success with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 1970s. Michael Regard, Dave Bacon, all of our terrific crew, our producer director Mike Bacon, Tom Boshenik, as always the master of our graphics tonight, and all the gang here in Alumni Arena. Over 6,000 jammed in here tonight. It's energetic and it's very ready to explode, but Bowling Green has kept them quiet here, building this 9-point lead.
And really, it's been the Falcons' defense. There haven't been a lot of open looks. Justin Moss back in now for the Bulls.
Got a couple of fouls. We'll see if Moss could get going. They're going to go right to him against Holmes, and he's going to the free throw line. And that will be Rashawn Holmes on the Bowling Green foul, and on Holmes, that is going to be his 2nd personal foul.
I think they gave it to.
Oh, they got Gomez on the reach in?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, check that. Spencer Parker on the floor right now as Holmes is getting a respite. We were talking about that Bowling Green turnaround. He's been such a big part of it. Take a look at here Justin Moss and how he, along with just 2 others, are the only 3 in the nation that lead their respective conferences in points per night and rebounds per night.
And Justin Moss is a guy that really didn't get a lot of playing. This is really his first year with extended playing time.
Henderson, that strong drive to the cup. Count it. And what covered from the line. How about the strength of Anthony Henderson going strong to the rack? He's now got 11 after he hit the 3 threes here in this latest barrage.
Well, that's what set that up. Buffalo came out on him because he is 3 for 3 from behind the arc, so he took it inside strong.
Henderson not able to finish the 3-point trip, but Bowling Green now with their largest lead of the night at 10 as we come to 5.5 left in the opening half. And we start to feel, as we said, this large crowd, a little bit of anxiety in this building. That'll help. Justin Moss faced up on Josh Gomez and laced the jumper over the top of him.
And when Justin Moss can start hitting those type of shots, it opens up so many more things for Buffalo's offense.
Moss has 8. Denny had it rejected by Rodell Wigington. Let's keep an eye on Wigington. Loose ball on the deck. Gomez will come away with it. Joseph to attack the cup. Wigington clipped him. David Joseph, they call him Pep, will go to the free throw line for Bowling Green.
Just a nice, strong, aggressive move, and Wigington got a lot of the wrist there. Sends him to the line.
David Joseph, a young man, another on this squad from New York City, the borough of Queens, 6-foot junior. He's the top assist man on the squad. And last season, he was among the top 10 nationally, Dave, in assists at Howard College, a JC, in the state of Texas. Nice look from our slash camera here in Alumni Arena. Joseph trying to put Bowling Green up 10 again. He'll do that with a couple of free throw knockdowns. Javon Clark has returned.
Interesting to see if they try to get Evans in some space.
Moss, contact there with Spencer Parker. Justin Moss, 6'7" at 240. Probably could have a future as an NFL tight end if he wanted to. And he just was determined to get to the rack. Spencer Parker fouled him.
And that's one of the things that the Bulls want to do. They want to set up that pick and roll with Evans and Moss.
This is very uncharacteristic of Buffalo at the free throw line. The struggles they're having here in the first half. They are 4 of 12 at 33% from the line. Make it 5 of 13 now. Will Regan's going to return, and Regan is going to give Justin Moss a respite. See how Bobby Hurley's trying to massage this because Moss is playing with 2 personal fouls. They don't want him to get 3 in this first half.
Exactly. That's the other thing is Regan gives him a little bit more range around the three-point arc as well, because Bowling Green is really making it tough inside for Buffalo defensively.
Yeah, Bobby Hurley's going back to his 3-guard look. He normally starts this trio of Lamonte Bearden with Shannon Evans and Jaron Skeet. They're back on the floor with Will Regan and Xavier Ford, the 2 seniors. Rashawn Holmes wheeling his way in the paint, wouldn't go down for him. Henderson is going to the free throw line. How about the extraordinary first half for the 6'1" senior out of Toledo Start High School, Anthony Henderson. He has picked Bowling Green up and put their offense on his back.
Yeah, there you see him getting inside, getting the rebound with the bigs, but he hit those 3 threes, took it inside, and got the end one, and now he's back at the line.
He's got 12, looking for 13. He hadn't missed a shot tonight. He's 4 for 4 from the floor. He's hit all 3 of his triple tries, and his work at the free throw line as well.
Moss comes back in with those 2 fouls. Bodies flying everywhere underneath.
Rashawn Holmes, I don't know if possibly that's a contact lens that they'll play Monday night and host Ball State at the Stroh Center as the 5th seed.
And then you have to come back and play Wednesday again. You play Monday, Wednesday. If you're one of those top 4, you don't have to play till Thursday.
Survive in advance.
Exactly.
But if you got to play Monday night and you got designs of winning the MAC tournament, you got to win 5 games in 7 nights. Moss had it dislodged. Javon Clark will attack. Oh, Justin Moss said, "Get that away from my rim." What a big-time revoke from Justin Moss.
That was a kill in volleyball.
I love the crown last year. He's been sensational here in his now the end of his 2nd season. And Bowling Green has come in here and after a slow start really dialed it up and have opened up an 11-point lead. Javon Clark has stroked another triple. Henderson hot. Javon Clark hot. The lead is 14.
Now 5 of 8 from 3-point range are the Falcons.
Regan to answer, needs it, buried it. answer of the Javon Clark triple hit comes from the trigger of Will Regan. Joseph, no.
Couple of things that jump out. Bowling Green out rebounding Buffalo 19-12 now, and 10 second chance points for the Falcons. Those are two things Buffalo needs to correct.
Justin Moss back on the floor. Shannon Evans from deep. Bang! Shannon Evans! Back-to-back Regan and Evans trays. Here comes Buffalo.
Three-pointers cure a lot of ills.
Down 14 to down 8, just like that. Crowd into it now here at UB Arena. This is Spencer Parker with nowhere to go. Clark traveled. David, we could see it right in front of us. Javon Clark wanted to pull that trigger on the three and then thought about getting to the rack.
A little bit of indecision. Probably a good decision for Coach Jans. He probably doesn't want him to keep the quick threes going.
Now they are scorching, though, with Anthony Henderson and Javon Clark with 5 threes between them. Regan from deep. And stick it! 3 consecutive trays. Here comes Buffalo down by 5. Timeout. Bowling Green. Deficit only in 1 seed because even if Central Michigan lost, same would be same 12-6 record. But Central Michigan came in here and beat Buffalo head-to-head. So the best the Bulls could do is a number 2 seed. They need to win tonight. This is Spencer Parker. Parker's having a tough first half. Bearden. Regan to the cup with a left hand. Stick back from 4, didn't drop. This crowd was ready to blow the top off Alumni Arena.
Good job by Buffalo to get back on defense as well.
Joseph will attack the cup. Parker in trouble, and he'll go to the free throw line. Now Spencer Parker, a very, very prolific 6'7" offensive player who averages 8.5 a game. He's been tentative on the offensive end here in the first half. Agreed?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what happened is early on, Moss kind of got and deflected a couple of his and bodied it, and he's just been hesitant.
Yeah, you can see it there as he misses his first of the stripe. He had a quick catch and about a 9-foot jumper off that left baseline, but he turned it down.
Yeah. And they need him to take that shot and make that shot. That's something this offense needs him to do.
Parker will split the pair. Josh Gomez going to check back in. That'll be for Delvin Dickerson. The lead is a half dozen, although it was 14 a moment ago until the flurry of triples from Will Regan and Shannon Evans started to buoy Buffalo's comeback. This is Lamonte Bearden. Regan will attack the hoop. A double clutch stack, and it didn't fall for him.
He wanted to pass it underneath to Moss, and Moss was actually under the basket and covered.
Joseph came off that ball screen and then went right through the hands of Anthony Henderson. That's like in tennis, one of those unforced errors that head coaches just cringe at.
And what he was looking at is he was looking down in the post trying to make a really quick pass and wanted to pass it before he caught the ball.
Shannon Evans, Will Regan, Lamonte Bearden, Justin Moss, and Jaron Skeet. That's Bobby Hurley's 5 on the floor as we hit 70 seconds left. Evans from real deep says, give me all 3 of these. Shot that from the end in State University of New York.
And Evans now, he's feeling it.
The lead back to within 3. Tough time now for Chris Jans and Bowling Green. How do they respond? The 14-point lead has been melted to 3.
And Holmes is not back on the court.
Dickerson. A lot of contact. Referee said play on. Evans will push. Evans for the tie. And fill it up! We're even at 35 apiece. Shannon Evans has detonated.
I told you, he's feeling it. You can see it in his eyes.
Bowling Green's 14-point lead has gone. It's evaporated in about 3 minutes. Last shot time for the road standing Falcons. Clark to raise. Nope. 3 seconds left. Moss. Moss to elevate. How about that for an electrified first 20 minutes? The Buff, and they really are in a contrast of how the coaches want to play this in that first half. And again, Anthony Henderson got real warm for Bowling Green, shot him into a 14-point lead, and then in a 3.5-minute span, Buffalo was able to erase that behind Shannon Evans and Will Regan. So here we go to start the second half, and Shannon Evans going up top for the quick bucket for Justin Moss.
That's one of the things Bobby Hurley likes about Shannon Evans. He just sees everything, and they thought he was going to take the three, and he spotted Moss underneath for the alley-oop.
Same 10 that started this one, the 5 for each squad for Bowling Green. David Joseph along with Javon Clarks, Spencer Parker, Anthony Henderson, and also Rashawn Holmes. The seniors, Will Regan, Xavier Ford, along with Justin Moss on the front line, Jaron Skeet, Shannon Evans. Clark will dance baseline. Javon Clark. That's a pretty hit for Clark.
Defense is coming out on him because he's one of those shooters. And if you get the speed in that quick first step, that got him to the rim.
Javon Clark now in double digits with 10. Anthony Henderson leading Bowling Green with 13. 11 for Will Regan, 9 for Shannon Evans. Rip away for Clark in a hurry. Joseph will tee it up. Not his forte, about 22% from three-point land.
Spacing for the Bulls was very good.
Justin Moss doesn't connect. Regan will look to save. Try to throw it off the leg of Joseph. Bowling Green to the offensive end. Just underway in the second half. And now referee Frank Spencer blows the whistle and says his time.
I think it's Holmes again. And he's sitting back down.
Yeah, they're going to take him to the far end. There he is. Good look at it. There's our Mac camera crew all over it. You can see, does that look like a cut lip?
Yeah, on the
Rashawn
outside
Holmes?
of it.
Yeah. Just underway in the second half. Great to have you along. The finale of the regular season, game number 18. So much going on in both divisions, MAC East and MAC West. Upstairs for Xavier Ford. It hung tantalizingly on the iron. How did it not drop?
Reverse spin, I guess.
Teeing up the three and ringing the bell again for the Bowling Green Falcons is Anthony Henderson. He's 4 for 4 from deep. He's got 16.
And he was falling away and threw that up, and he's feeling it.
Is that off Shannon Evans as he tried to make that move offensively? Yes, it was. Well, Bowling Green by 3 and with the basketball. And David, things are wild on this final night around the Mid-American Conference. Again, you know, there's a possibility if things broke the right way, we could have 5 squads at all 12 and 6 starting the tournament on Monday.
Which means one of those 12 and 6 teams will have to play Monday night.
That's exactly right. Parker got toward the rim and then put it up off the window.
We saw the graphic. Holmes on the bench.
Look at Shannon Evans turn the corner. Skeet tried to run it down. Josh Gomez, who's on the floor for right now, the injured Rashawn Holmes. But Joseph just got denied. Henderson gave it up. Clark will fade. Gomez with a big offensive board. Fresh 35 seconds. Look at the ball movement, Bowling Green.
They're getting good looks. They're just not going down.
Well, Spencer Parker having all kinds of issues. Gomez doesn't finish. Point blank opportunities that Bowling Green can't capitalize on.
Second, the last shot, he was too far under the basket. But Rashawn Holmes, 15-4 run to end the first half with him on the bench for Buffalo.
Regan will stoke another bomb. That's the 4th 3 of the night from distance for Will Regan.
And he's stepping up on senior night, no doubt about that.
A native Buffalonian. You think he's not a fan favorite here in Alumni Arena? He's now 4 for 7 from home run land. He's got 14. Henderson Jump hook wouldn't fall. Evans will push, looking for the Buffalo lead, and threw it away. He wanted the trailer, and stepping into that passing lane was Anthony Henderson.
Nice job of realizing where that pass was going.
Javon Clark, he could get from top to bottom as quickly as any in the MAC. Big bucket for Clark attacking the hoop.
That's your senior realizing when he needed to step up. And it looks like Holmes is actually leaving the bench area.
Well, we'll keep an eye on Richaun Holmes. Regan again. Had a good look off that back lip. Javon Clark. He got ripped. How about the pilfer job by Lamonte Bearden? Well, Bearden just hit the rim.
And he went in.
Count that. Ad-lib degree of difficulty, creativity, top notch.
Wow.
Be made for the N1.
Even the Russian judge is marking him high on that one.
I hear you. The young man from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, true freshman, certainly a MAC Freshman of the Year candidate for that man. Bobby Hurley knows something about lead guard play, and he saw something in 6'1" Lamonte Bearden during his high school career. Bad decision. Zach Denny got picked off. Moss. It's going to be a blocking foul that's going to go on Bowling Green Spencer Parker. Justin Moss had a lot of momentum as he was heading toward the rim.
Yeah, he just turned his shoulder and it really initiated the contact there.
Buffalo by 1. Again, the winner tonight. At least a share of the MAC East Division crown. If Buffalo's a winner, more than likely they're going to grab the 2 seed. It cannot be 1. But can be as high as a 2 seed with a Buffalo win. Regan, the trigger, came up flat. The crowd was ready to explode. Regan has hit 4 threes tonight.
Yeah, he's the leading scorer with 11 points, or actually now 14 points and 8 rebounds. So a good night on senior night for Will Regan.
Native Buffalonian got the start for head coach Bobby Hurley. Gomez will step back and line drive that jumper home.
Defense was pretty good by Justin Moss. Gomez just went over him.
That to put Bowling Green back on top as we're 5.5 minutes deep into the second half at the sold-out raucous Alumni Arena. We'll stay with Buffalo. Michael Regai, Dave Bacon, all of our terrific crew. Producer director Mike Bacon with all the good looks for you tonight. Sights and sounds of this 18th game, finale of the MAC regular season. As you see Javon Clark check in for Bowling Green. Spencer Parker will get a respite. A tough night for Parker. As I said, gives him almost 9 points a night and has not been able to ring the bell with a field goal yet this evening. Evans tried to split that double off the ball screen and lost it.
Good hands by Gomez coming out. The big man got a part of the ball and knocked it free.
Austin found Gomez underneath, and Gomez will lay it home. Back-to-back hoops for Josh Gomez, who averages but 1.5 points tonight. He's got 4. Bowling Green's lead is 3. I like this look from our slash camera, Dave. Take a look at this Buffalo offense. Moss thought about it. Bearden will, and bury the triple.
Got to go out on any of those 3 guards. Bearden, Evans, Skeet all can hit the 3.
Gomez, 3 hoops in a row. And one more coming from the line. Josh Gomez with 6 straight in the Richaun Holmes absence due to injury.
Just can't let him get the ball down that low with one of your guards as the only rim protector. A nice job to spot him down inside the paint.
Folks, this 6'10" junior transfer, as I said, averages 1.5 points a game. He did have back-to-back 6-point games in those road wins for Bowling Green at Ohio and Miami. But there you see it. 3 straight hoops for 6, looking for 7. Not able to convert.
And Michael, those are the things you need this time of year because Holmes is unable to play. Somebody's got to step in. Right now, it's Gomez.
Bowling Green by a deuce as Buffalo. Rodell Wigington back on the floor, head of the offensive end. Wigington could be instant offense. Bearden wants that ball screen from Raheem Johnson. Bearden for the tie off the spin. Nope. Bearden ripped it away, and Raheem Johnson's going to go to the line. Lamonte Bearden just ripped it right away from Josh Gomez, who is unhappy with Lamonte Bearden with a look and a stare.
Gomez did a nice job of coming and closing out right before that. And I think what he's taking exception to is the way Bearden stepped around, but legs are tangled up, and that's just the way it goes.
There's a MAC East Division Championship on the line tonight, and a top seed in the MAC tournament next week. It's going to be edgy. It's going to be chippy. It's going to be physical.
It means something.
Yep. It does indeed. Spencer Parker returns to replace Javon Austin, and we're looking over at that. Rashawn Holmes still with a towel around his mouth area, as Johnson was able to get the roll on a couple of throws. We're even at 48 apiece, so we'll monitor. But Rashawn Holmes is just a lot of time tonight after he took a shot in the mouth. Zach Denny with that rainbow jumper.
Tell you what, Gomez is really doing a job. He kept that alive.
That he did. Spencer Parker with the offensive board, so a clean 35-second shot clock for Bowling Green. This is Javon Clark. Caught the hot hand of late. Denny will attack the cup. Gomez with a stick back. He's got 8.
Looking at the bench and yelling. You got to like that. It's Gomez. He's the guy that's going to step up tonight in the absence of Rashawn Holmes.
That's why it's such a beautiful game. Who would have expected, with MAC Player of the Year candidate Rashawn Holmes down?
Presents an opportunity, and he's taking advantage of it.
Wigington will raise up in the paint. Didn't get the roll. Bowling Green will come to the offensive end. Falcons by a deuce. Don't forget, they win. They with a tie in the MAC East at least. Well, that's very uncharacteristic tonight for Anthony Henderson, who has been locked in. Sharon Skeet responds by dialing long distance for 3. How about Buffalo back on top?
And he is one of those three-point guys.
Javon Clark just turned the corner and said, oh no, Buffalo won't lead for long. Clark's had a deluxe night. And
Senior stepping up.
Yeah, Bobby Hurley is livid as he calls that timeout.
No doubt about it.
Yep, that's clinched, and it's being played that way. You know, we could go outright to the final possession. We might need more than 40 minutes to decide this. Moss was looking to get that high lob around the rack. It was Anthony Henderson who came down with it for Bowling Green, but he landed on the baseline. All right, we're going to go right back to break, as this is the mandated under 12-minute timeout. Bowling.com or the Q box office for details. As we would have expected, Bowling Green by 1. That jumper is off the mark from Rodell Wigington. A whistle underneath, and that Bowling Green foul is going to go on Delvin Dickerson. You wouldn't expect in that wild Northeast Ohio rivalry. Kent State's lead, it was 8, David, down to 1 with a little over 8 to go against Akron.
When those meet, expects anything, and it's now tied at 57. So
with 8 to go, we're going to keep an eye on that. We're going to keep an eye on Central Michigan, Western Michigan. We're going to keep an eye on Toledo, Eastern Michigan. Among those 6 and Bowling Green, Buffalo, you're going to get your top 4 seeds in the MAC. And again, David, we can't help but think Bobby Hurley now is questioning Buffalo's basketball playing in their offensive end.
See Eastern Michigan
and Ypsilanti. Well, the Toledo Rockets have not exactly come down the stretch many thought, and they were the preseason choice to win the Mid-American Conference this year, and they stumbled down the stretch. Unless they turn that 17-point deficit around, they're probably looking at a 5 seed or a 6 seed next week. Off the Will Regan miss, that's a Buffalo foul.
It's the
They got
fourth.
Moss, didn't they? And that's number
Yeah.
4 on Justin Moss. Now, mark that down. 10:44 left. Justin Moss goes to the bench with 4 personal fouls.
Now the question is who steps up for Buffalo, because Josh Gomez has done a nice job filling in for Rashawn Holmes.
Josh Gomez with 8 points in the absence of Holmes. Absolutely. Joseph got in trouble and threw it away. Turnover on David Joseph and Bowling Green. All right, so let's reset for you. 52-51 Bowling Green. The winner with at least a share of the MAC East Division crown and assured of a top 4 seed as the tournament begins Monday night. Wednesday it starts at Cleveland. Xavier Ford had it slapped away. Quick hands. Bowling Green, Zach Denny.
And again, a nice job of spacing that sets up the pick and rolls and the cutters. And that's what you're going to see a lot of.
Skeet got in the crowd. Couldn't connect off glass.
I tell you, Wigington, a nice job to keep that alive.
In the hands of Jaron Skeet. Fresh 35 for Buffalo as we hit the midway point right now here in the second half. Rodell Wigington. That rim. He sailed baseline and crushed it.
He sold the fake with the 3 and then took off and threw it down.
Buffalo by 1. Roller coaster ride almost every possession.
As you would expect.
Joseph got in all kinds of trouble. Count that. And one more coming from the line. Well, Will Regan they get hit with a blocking foul, and David Joseph again. Now Joseph for Bowling Green, averages less than 4 a game, but he came back on the floor for Bowling Green.
And at this point, you almost have to assume he's not. He's played 1 minute in the second half, 13 total.
13 total of the close to 31 of game action to this point. Well, Pep Joseph at the stripe, looking for his 7th of the night. He'll do that, and Bowling Green's lead is a deuce again at 55-53. Hang on, everybody. 10 ties, 14 lead changes, says our maestro with all the numbers, Tom Bochenek, and he's always on top of that. Wigington will run down the Evans mishandle. Shot clock at 10 for Buffalo. Henderson in a passing lane with a quick hand. Shot clock at 7 for the Bulls.
You see a little bit of how Bowling Green got that #1 defensive rank, contesting every pass on this possession.
Yeah, they only allow 61 a game. Western Michigan lead of 7 over Central Michigan. Lamonte Bearden can't triple. We come inside 9 left. Bowling Green by a deuce and with the basketball. Gomez had it ripped. Evans off the sprint. Shannon Evans to attack the cup, and he's going to the free throw line. Didn't get it to fall, did draw up a foul.
Gomez has to put that up with putting it on the ground. He put it on the ground, and the little guys ripped it right away from him.
This is so much fun, and I would hope all of you in the comforts of your living room, wherever you may be, I hope you're feeling it, as Dave and I are here courtside. It's like this crowd gasping or reacting on virtually every possession both ways.
See, Evans, MAC player for the East Side, last 2 weeks, 4 times this year, just a sophomore.
David, I've said it the last couple of weeks. Last Saturday night at Kent State, he took the game over. 21 points, 7 assists, 4 steals. For me, he's on my MAC first team squad. I think he's been that good.
I would agree.
Tied at 55 after Evans hit a pair. Joseph Went glass and delivered again. David Joseph, who averages 3.5 points a game, has 9 tonight.
Stepping up when it's needed.
Bowling Green by a couple again. This is Jared Skeet. Went glass, didn't get it to drop. Evans, resend triple. Nope. Bowling Green inside 8 left. By 2 and with the basketball without Rashawn Holmes. Enormous would this be with Holmes only playing 13 minutes injured if they pull this off. Denny to triple, missed everything. The stick back went down. Javon Clark, who always seems to be around the basketball.
And we've talked about it, he's coming up very big as well. He now has 16.
Will Regan on the show and go. Went to the hoop, had it slapped away. I was just going to ask, how long does Bobby Hurley wait?
Better job rebounding those second chance points before they get going.
All right, Moss is back, but remember, he has 4 personal fouls, and they want to go to him right block. Moss off the spin, didn't finish. Made that maybe a more difficult attempt than if he continued on that move out of the initial spin.
But he draws so much attention, it allows weak side rebounding like Xavier Ford picked up. And now he'll go to the line.
All right, Bowling Green, that's our 8th team foul. Now, Buffalo down by 4. They're in the 1 and bonus. At 10, they're double bonus. And the Bulls have been whistled for but 3 team fouls to this point.
And Buffalo's starting to pick up their free throw shooting a little bit. They're now 11 of 19 from the line. Still below their 74% average on the season. But free throws always critical in close games.
Absolutely. Xavier Ford just hit a pair there. The lead is a deuce. We're coming inside 7 left. Well, Josh Gomez has been big tonight. This is Gomez with a jump hook. Maybe a little bit further out of his comfort zone than he wanted. Referee Rob Kuhneman says Buffalo basketball.
And you can be sure one of the things that it makes Gomez so good is he's going against Rashawn Holmes in practice every day. So he's used to an athletic guy like Moss. He's used to guarding him. He's used to playing against him on offense as well.
You're just joining us with Rashawn Holmes, only 13 minutes tonight. He took a shot in the mouth in the first half and then same re-injury in the second. Justin Moss is going to go to the free throw line. They called that foul on the floor. Non-shooting foul. 9th on Bowling Green. 1 in bonus for Moss to try to tie it up for Buffalo.
And you're seeing why Buffalo gets to the free throw line the 7th most time in the country. They just attack.
And Justin Moss, you see the stroke. The stroke is so clean. From Justin Moss from the line, he's been an excellent free throw shooter this year for Bobby Hurley. Delvin Dickerson has returned for Bowling Green. Dickerson, the 6'5" wide body. A couple of years at Paris Junior College before transferring into the Bowling Green program. Moss will split the pair. Bowling Green by 1. There's this big, raucous crowd getting into it. Javon Clark got set off by the freshman Lamonte Bearden. Joseph, nowhere to go. Gomez to tee it up, missed everything. Shannon Evans looking to regain the lead. Dial up the deep triple, book it off the window. Buffalo on top by 2.
Not sure he called glass, but it doesn't matter a bit.
Javon Clark always attacking the cup. You gotta love his offensive game. I mean, he is aggressive as you're gonna find around the MAC, and he's going to the free throw line.
And you know what? He's so strong that's an advantage. He realizes he is stronger than a lot of the guys he's going up against inside, and he's gonna get to the free throw line and get a lot of and ones.
What a night it's been for this outstanding senior out of Canton, Ohio. All of you in Northeast Ohio, he had such a deluxe high school career. He had a career high 23 points in a tough loss at Toledo. shoots 37% from three. And I mean, you know, I said to Chris Jans the other day, you're instant heat, right? He said, yep, good description for it. He said, we just point him in the direction of the hoop and tell him, Javon, go to it.
Old school Vinnie Johnson, he described
The
him as.
microwave.
There you go.
You mentioned. Love it. Moss in his office. Too big and strong, delivering at the rim.
And he's got such good feet inside.
Well, how does Bowling Green answer? And again, David and I have been telling you, it appears the night is complete for Richaun Holmes, the Player of the Year candidate due to injury. We approach 5 left. Denny for the tie. Lamonte Bearden directed it toward Justin Moss. This is a critical time for Bowling Green's defense. Down by 3 as we come inside the 5-minute mark left. Buffalo looking for their 6th straight win, and that's going to be a hold on Delvin Dickerson.
And Dickerson, there's not much he can do. He's trying to move Moss out. Moss is just too big and too strong to move off the block by Dickerson.
Yep. We saw there in the Battle of the Bricks in that Southern Ohio rivalry, Ohio with a big 30-point win over Miami. Those two squads will, and Miami could still get a home floor on Monday night. If it started right now, they would be, but that loss could affect them. We'll see. Right here, Justin Moss got curled out. Xavier Ford had that rejected as he tried to stick back the Moss miss. 4-point game. Javon Clark attacking the cup and connecting with the left hand. If you don't love Javon Clark's offensive game, shame on you.
The other thing, he realized Justin Moss had 4 fouls, took it right to him. It's like, come out and play defense on me because we'd like you to sit down for the rest of the game. And Moss, very smart, just stood there.
He's got 17, does Javon Clark. Now the rip away on the attempted entry look. Henderson to attack. Went reversing for the tie, didn't happen. Up and down we go. Evans with the left hand. Nope. Basketball stays with Buffalo.
They're letting them play out there. You got to love it.
Love it, exactly. Physical, edgy, as we said, and now Chris Jans wants a Bowling Green 30-second timeout. I mean, listen, this is how much is. Think about that. For Bowling Green, what's on the line tonight? They win, they share a Mac East. Xavier Ford got rejected, got it back, counted, and won. Coming from the line for the senior, Xavier Ford of Buffalo.
Never give up on a play. Had it blocked, it came back up. He ends up with the basket, and he's going to the line for the 3-point play.
Well, you saw the grab from Anthony Henderson, who was really in no man's land. 6'1" against a 6'8" Ford. The lead is 4. It can be 5 for Ford at the stripe. Buffalo continues to struggle from the line, Dave Baker.
Very uncharacteristically of this Bulls team, as we mentioned, 74% from the free throw line for the season.
All right, Maction fans, it's winning time now. We're inside 4 minutes left. Buffalo's lead is 4. Time to run screen roll, and Clark threw it away. He was looking to find the big. Josh Gomez never got there.
Yeah, Skeet got a hand on it and knocked it over to his buddy Evans.
Now Bobby Hurley just said, all right, up by 4, 2-possession lead. Let's run offense and use some clock along with it.
What they want is they want to pull the defense out a little bit and create some more space.
And Justin Moss with the 4 fouls there. You see top of the screen. You see Bobby Hurley at the hash mark. Moss went back to the bench. Evans from deep. And a good look at the triple. Missed it wide right.
That's a good shot for him. He's 5 of 7 from 3-point range tonight.
Bowling Green hanging around, but Joseph got in trouble. Without Richaun Holmes, Bowling Green going to get a timeout as Zach Denny was stuck in this corner. 3:05 left.
As a shot.
Now, Central Michigan is going to be in the top 4. Now, Kent State's got that lead over Akron. A Kent State win will guarantee them a share with the winner here of the MAC East Division crown. Now, Buffalo foul on Lamonte Bearden. Bearden got caught. Now that is team foul number 5. Still not bonus time yet for Bowling Green. 2:58 left. With a resounding win over Toledo. That thud you hear is the Rockets losing 2 this week and falling out of the top 4. And Eastern Michigan will more than likely start at home now on Monday night. This is Anthony Henderson, and he'll rip that triple to bring Bowling Green back to within 1. Shoot it, Mr. Henderson.
5 of 5 from three-point range on the night. A guy that's, again, stepped up with Holmes being on the bench.
Toledo loses a 3. David, they're going to have to play Monday night.
Making it difficult on themselves are the Rockets.
Yes, they are. Absolutely resounding loss in Ypsilanti tonight. This is Lamonte Bearden attacking the cup. Bearden to the throat. It rattled and went.
Justin Moss threw him open to the lane. He wanted him to cut.
1 possession game. Buffalo by 3. This is Spencer Parker. Been quiet tonight. Parker got it to drop. Just said he's been quiet tonight. That's his first field goal make. He can tie it up at the stripe.
He said, Michael, I'm saving it for a big moment like this one. Creates the contact strong enough to finish.
Spencer Parker had 1 free throw tonight. Averages now, there you see it, 8.4 per game. The free throw make ties it at 68. Hang on, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to bring it out. There is a magnificent finish coming up. Pretty much on cue. It's almost guaranteed every night we go out in the MAC. Bearden again. Got to the rim. Josh Gomez told him, He rejected him. Parker for the lead. No. Clark got held by Lamonte Bearden. Senior. Clark, freshman, strength. Clark planted himself down under the hole and wouldn't be budged.
Take a look at Gomez, though. Times it perfectly and creates the transition that leads to the foul.
Justin Moss back on the floor. Again, the winner here tonight. Assuming a Kent State win over Acton. As Clark connects on his first, Javon Clark has 20. Winner tonight assures themselves of a MAC East Division shared crown with Kent State and a top 4 seed next week. Javon Clark has been superb tonight. Bowling Green back out top by a deuce. 16 lead changes tonight. Tells you everything you need to know. Minute 34 left. Moss for the tie. Got it. Got the bang. Bucket and going to the line.
That's what you expect from your MAC Player of the Year candidate. Game on the line, get him the ball. He does the rest. And you see those feet. He is so agile for a big guy.
Great point. Footwork, superb off either block. 6'7", 245. Moss for the lead. They put Buffalo back on top by 1. Justin Moss with 18 tonight. 90 seconds left. Hang on, everybody. Maxey to the deluxe. Bowling Green looking to regain the lead on this trip. You'd have to think Henderson or Clark, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. And then they're going to drive, maybe.
Parker going to go to the line on the Xavier Ford foul. Spencer Parker, 6'7" junior out of the Motor City of Detroit to the free throw line.
Nice job of getting his body where he can create the contact, still have a shot, and get to the line. All body positioning there by Parker.
Guarantee you this is what you're going to see all next week in downtown Cleveland, why you got to be at the MAC tournament. Parker now looks to split the pair and tie it up. He was off the mark on his first. Rodell Wigington to replace Lamonte Bearden. Now Bobby Hurley going for a little bit more size on the glass. He's got Moss, Regan, and Wigington on the floor.
The other thing he's going to do is he's going to go inside with Holmes not there.
Parker connects, all even at 71 apiece. Pressure now from Bowling Green defensively. Regan across the timeline. Almost ripped away. Clark's got a steal. Joseph for the lead. David Joseph to give Bowling Green the lead. They ripped it away from Will Regan. And Bobby Hurley wants a timeout. The Bowling Green does go on to beat Akron, and Buffalo would be the 4 seed if they don't rally to win here tonight. And all right, they're tied at 77 in the MAC Center. All right, right here, big possession for the Buffalo Bulls. Reagan for 3 in the lead. He'll stick it! The senior, the native Buffalonian, said, I'll take all 3 of these for the Buffalo lead.
Makes up for having the ball stripped, too.
The lead is 1. Joseph to put Bowling Green on top with 26 seconds left. David Joseph, he averages 3 points per game. He's got 13. 574, 6,000 plus Buffalonians in here, looking for their squad to win tonight and clinch the 2 seed in the MAC tournament. What do they go to here? In the hands of Lamonte Bearden. Bearden gave it up. The freshman Bearden fading away and knocking it down. 14-9 left. Oh, the 18-year-old with big heart from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Bobby and Ford, the 5 for Bobby Hurley. Let's play. Buffalo by 1 with 10 seconds left. Henderson got held. Anthony Henderson got held by Rodell Wigington. 1 in bonus time. Now what that does, it gives Buffalo off the foul an opportunity to have the final look tonight, regardless of what Anthony Henderson does. Henderson, excellent performance tonight. The young man from Toledo, 19 points, looking for 20 and 21. We'll be quiet, you watch. He missed the first. Moss got fouled with 6.2 left. David, it just never looked good. It looked like a slider coming out of his hand wide right. Yeah. Let me check that. Now, I might misspeak there. I take that back because Central Michigan beat Buffalo, so Central Michigan stayed at 2. Let's see. Moss is first, short, way short.
He has struggled from the line all night tonight. Normally a very good free throw shooter.
Oh, Justin Moss needs to hit this to bump the lead to 2. Bowling Green with 1 timeout left if they want, as you see. They got 1. We'll see after the Moss second free throw. He'll hit the second 2-point game. If you're Bowling Green, you fire the 3 to try to win it?
Probably. If I can get it to Henderson.
All right, partner, let's see. 2-point game, 4 seconds left. This is Clark, stolen away by Justin Moss. They're going to call a held ball situation. Possession arrow says Bowling Green. Now, how much time are they going to put on the clock? Bowling Green. See why coaches get paid the big dollars?
You also see why they have gray hair?
1.5 left. The Buffalo lead is 2. Joseph to keynote it in. Gonna go up near the rim. Locked away. It's over. It's over. Or are they gonna say there's still time on the clock? Nobody touched it. If no one touched it, there's 1.3 with Buffalo basketball. 0.5. It was 1.3 when they inbounded a moment ago.
I think it was 1-5.
Was it 5?
Yeah, I think it was 1-5.
Okay. On the inbound. Just throw it in the end court. It's over. You can book this one to Bobby Hurley and his Buffalo Bulls. A share of the MAC East Division crown with the Kent State Golden Flashes. Buffalo will be